Hi besties, it's a girl Mimi. So in today's tutorial, I'm just going to share with you how to make this stylish free pant. If it sounds like something you love to learn, please keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, I already started drafting my trouser, but I'm just going to explain what I did here. Alright, so you just go ahead and off your 2 inches for band, then locate your hip line, your crotch line, your thigh line, and the length of your trouser. I'll be making use of 46 inches. Alright, so this is it. Okay, so after I was done, I just went ahead to rule out those lines, make them visible, and the next thing I'm going to do right now is to take my hip measurement divided by 4, and that is about 9.5. I'll just go ahead and mark it there, and I'll add extra 4 inches allowance on this pant. Remember, the pant is free, it is not something that is fitted. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the same measurement I have on my hip line. Everything I have there, I will extend it to the waistline. That's about 13 and a half. I will also extend it to my crotch line. All right, make a mark there. Yes, so just go ahead and connect a straight line from your crotch to your waistline like this. And then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to come out by 2 inches on this my crotch line. Yes, and then use my curve rule to connect a curve into the line like this. I have a detailed tutorial on how to go about making your trouser on my channel, so you can just check that out. So I'll just go ahead and measure everything I have here, and it's about 15.5. So I'll take everything I have here down to the length of my trouser, 15.5, and then after that I will go ahead and make a mark and connect it with my ruler. All right, go ahead and connect it to meet your crouch line, just like you've seen me doing here. So, and then that's basically all for the front. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So guys, like I said earlier, you can check a detailed tutorial on my channel on how to cut your free pants trousers. All right, so guys, after I was done cutting this, I'm just going to take this aside and then bring a fresh fabric for the back. So I'm going to place this front piece on this fresh one for the back. So on this crotch area, come in by 2 inch and then replace that 2 inch on this other side. Can you see? Yes. So I'll just go ahead and connect my line to meet that 2 inch like this. And then on this crotch area, extend the crotch line for the back, and then you still come out by 2 inch for the back. Can you see that? And then when you're done with that, go ahead and lift your front piece, lift it up like this, and then connect a curve to meet this point here at the crotch. Yes, this is what I mean exactly. All right. So, and then after that, you're just going to make a slant here from the crotch to somewhere around the knee like this, and that's basically all. So, and then for this other side, this 2 inch is just going to, you're just going to extend it to the hem of your trouser. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out like this, and then I'll lift this front piece. I'm going to lift it up to continue cutting for my back. Yes, so this is what I mean. I lifted the front piece to continue cutting for my back. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue like this, and then slit open this side, and that's basically all for the cutting of the front and the back piece. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to bring both the front and the back piece together, and I'll go ahead and arrange it well, then take it to my sewing machine and sew 1/2 inch on the crotch area like this. Make sure it is well arranged, and then from your waistline like this, go ahead and sew half inch. So I'll just go ahead and make a mark there so that you understand exactly what I mean. Go ahead and sew half inch on your front piece like this, and then you do the same thing for your back piece on the crotch area. Arrange it properly and you just go ahead to sew. All right, so guys, after I was done sewing this on my machine, this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have. Yes. So the next thing I went ahead to do right now is to cut out pieces that I will be using to make my pocket. Bring the front piece and then keep it aside. This is the pieces I'll be using for the pocket. Can you see? This is the length of it and the width. The width was too long. I later reduced it about 2 inches. So can you see I have about 2 pieces here and right side are facing each other. So bring your front piece and then on this hip line, this other side, this hip side, I don't mean the crotch area, you're going to go in here by 4.5. You can decide to use 5, you can decide to use 6. I'll be making use of 4.5 for the width, and then for the length I'm going to use 6 inches, 6 to 7. I'm going to use 7 inches, and then I'm just going to use my curve rule to connect the slant line. Can you see what I'm doing here? You just connect the slant line like that, then cut it out. And then after that, I'm just going to take out this piece because you don't need it. And then you're going to fold your pieces like this. Yes, this is it. Then place your main piece like this. If you did this exactly, that means you're on the right track. Can you see? That is our pocket space. So I'm just going to show you how you're going to attach it to form your pocket. So you're just going to open this front piece like this. Yes. Then you bring these pieces and then you're going to place them right side facing the main piece. Can you see? The curved part. Yes. Right side facing the main piece. And I'm going to sew half inches like this. Yes. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this other side. Make sure you place it right side facing the main piece, and then go ahead and sew about half inch on that area. So I'll just go ahead and do that and I'll come back. So guys, this is it. After I was done, this is what I have. Can you see? This is how it is looking. So you're just going to arrange it properly, and then you go ahead to make a top stitch on that line, on that area, on that curvy area. Go ahead and make a top stitch like this. Yes, you do the same thing to this other side and we are good to go. So guys, I'll just go ahead and do that on my sewing machine and then I'll come back to show you. So I was done making my top stitch. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to arrange our piece so that we can form our pocket. So bring the edge of your trouser and match it with the edge of this piece like this, and then go ahead and secure it with your pins so it doesn't move. All right, so I'll just go ahead and secure it, and also secure it on this waist area. Can you see what I'm doing? Use your pin to hold it firm so that it does not shift, it doesn't move from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew on this area I pin, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. All right, arrange it properly. Bring the edge of this trouser to the edge of that pieces, and you will see that our pocket will just form on its own. So arrange it properly and secure it with your pins, and then you go ahead and sew on the areas where you're using your pins to hold the fabric. So I'll just go ahead and sew on that area, and I'll do the same thing on this other side, this lower part, secure it too, and then take it to the sewing machine to sew. So guys, after I was done, boom, this is what I have. Yes, this is what I have. Can you see? That is our pocket, but we are not done. You're just going to turn it to the back side. Can you see? Turn it to the back side so that we can secure the depth of the pocket. Can you see? So I noticed this, my pocket was long. It was too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out a bit. So cut it out a bit. If yours is as long as mine, you just need to cut it out a bit like this. So I'll do the same thing to this other side. So go ahead and cut it out a little, and then after cutting it out, we are just going to go ahead and close that part, and while we are done, our pocket will be 100% ready. So go ahead and close this part using 1/2 inches. So guys, after I was done, this is what I have, and my pocket is ready. So the next thing we are going to work on is the eyelet area. Go ahead and fold your front piece like this. The design is on the front piece, so we're just going to be working with the front piece for now. So go ahead and fold your front piece like this and arrange it. Now off your 2 inches band and determine where you want your opening to be, your eyelet to start from. For me, I'm going to use 15 inches after offing my 2-inch for band. So I'm just going to mark 15 here, and after that I'll still make sure my piece is well arranged. So off your 2 inches band, remember, and then make your mark there. Then use your rule to connect a straight line, making sure that everything is matching properly, so it does not look slanted. So from that point where I made, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. Depends on how wide you want it to be. For me, I'm going to make use of 4 inches. Yes. And then I'll also go ahead to rule out my straight lines. Rule out your straight line like this. And can you see? Now, this middle part, we'll be cutting it off. But first of all, make an arrow like this so that you don't misplace while you're sewing. The part where I'm marking X, we don't need that part again. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out that part with my scissors because we will not be needing this part. All right. So go ahead and do same to yours, and you're good to go. So guys, after I was done cutting, this is what I have. So that middle part we cut out, we went ahead to duplicate it on a paper, on a pattern paper, because this paper will help us while we are trying to shape and all of that. So remember, this is the lower part and this is the upper part of your trouser. Remember to make the arrow mark so that you know how to place it, and then this paper will be in the middle. Do you understand now? Yes. So I'll just go ahead and keep this paper aside for now. I went ahead to cut out 4 pieces that we're going to be using to turn this area, this part that will be putting our eyelet. you just need 4 pieces. All right, so I'll just go ahead and bring the lower piece, and then I'm going to show you how you're going to turn this. All right, but first of all, I'll make a notch at the upper part so that I will still know which is the upper part, so that I'll not get confused. Then bring your pieces like this, and then place it like this. Then you're going to use 1/2 inch to sew, and then I'm just going to go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other leg. Do you understand? And then I will repeat the other 2 on the lower part of the trouser. So after I was done doing everything, this is it. This is the 4 of them. This is 2, and then the upper 2 also. So I'm just going to show you how you're going to turn this. I sewed this from the left side of from the back side of the trouser, so that we can finish it up on the front side of the trouser. So you go ahead and fold your fabric like this. Can you see the way I'm folding mine? Just to make it thick for our eyelet. So I folded it about 3 times to make it thick. Can you see? So I'm just going to go ahead and sew and arrange it to the end. I'll do the same thing to this other side, sew to the end, and I'll do the same thing to this other 2. So this is it after I was done. Can you see that? So I also went ahead to do the same thing for the lower part of the trouser. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to place them. All right, place them well. Cut out the excess of the black piece. Arrange them well, and then we'll be working with our paper now. You'll be needing the paper that we cut out now. So arrange this upper part, and then arrange the lower parts too. And then you're just going to bring in your paper. All right, you bring in your paper, and then you're going to use your pin to secure it. You're going to use your pin to hold the paper like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and arrange mine properly like this, and then I'm going to use my pins to secure it like this. The reason why we are putting this paper is so as to still maintain the normal position of our opening while we are shaping, so that it will not shift, it will not move away from this. So go ahead and arrange your pins. Make sure everything is working properly. Arrange your pins. Everything is pinned properly. Can you see the way mine is? Good. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring my back piece, place them together, right side facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and sew. Just go ahead and shape it using 2 inches on this other side and on this other side. Make sure everything is matching and aligning properly. So I'm just going to shape it from the waist down to the hem of my piece, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So guys, after I was done, this is what I have. Can you see? So now you can take off your paper. The paper was just to help us hold our fabrics so as to shape our trouser well. So I'll just go ahead and take out my paper. I also went ahead to shape the crotch area. All right, so go ahead and take off your paper. We won't be needing it anymore, so go ahead and take it off. And after that, I'm just going to go ahead and turn my trouser to the right side, like turn it to the right side. So guys, this is it. Can you see how the front area is looking? So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do right now is to measure the waist area, because we're going to fix our band now. So measure everything you have on the waist area. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure everything I have on the waist area, because you're going to be needing that to cut our band. So this is it. I'm measuring everything here, and I have about 20 inches. 20 inches, I'm going to multiply it by 2 because it's going to go round, and that's about 40 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out pieces that is about 40 something inches long, and the width is about 5 inches big. So this is it. So I went ahead to measure properly 20 inches, and then the other one is my sewing allowance. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew on 20 exact line. Can you see? So that my sewing will just match properly. And this piece is on fold. So can you see? So after I was done sewing, this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this excess that I have here, and then after that I'll bring my piece like this and then open it, and then I'll match this area that is sewn to the back piece of my trouser. And as you can see, I'm matching this from the inside of my trouser. The right side of the band is facing the wrong side of the trouser, so that I'll be able to finish everything beautifully at the front piece of our trouser. So I'm just going to sew this all around using 0.5 inches. So guys, while I was done, this is what I have after I was done. So I'm just going to go ahead to fold my band in like this, and then I'm going to make a top stitch. Yes, can you see? Fold it in like this, and then we're going to sew all round from this point, the front piece, to the back. So arrange properly and make sure everything is sewn neatly. So after I was done, this is what I have. Can you see? So the next thing I went ahead to do was to open a small opening here. I left a small opening here that's immediately after the pocket, 1 inch after the pocket, so that we will be able to pass in our elastic in. I am working with 1 inch elastic for this waistband. So just go ahead and pass this in, all right, and then you pass it until you get to the other side where you have the opening. This elastic is going to be at the back piece only, all right, so bring it out on this other side. So I'm just going to make sure I arrange this properly, and then I'll bring up my pin and make sure I fix this elastic inside properly, and then I'm going to use my pin, my office pin, to secure it so it doesn't pull out. Can you see? Make sure you arrange it to sit properly inside. So I'm just going to arrange this, and then I will pin it up like this so it does not move away from there. So I'm going to be stitching that part and also be closing this small opening that we left. So guys, I'll also do the same thing on this side. Now you're just going to feel it with your hand to know if it's going to be too loose or too tight on you. So that was what I was doing here. So I went ahead to arrange my elastic to sit inside properly, and then I'm just going to finish up everything just the same way I did at the other side. I'm going to cut out my elastic band and then push in the mouth, the rough edge. I'm going to push it inside, and I'm going to secure it also with a pin. Push it inside and secure it with a pin, and then I'll go ahead and make a top stitch on it, and also close the little piece, the little area that we left to pass in our elastic. All right, I hope you understand. Just watch closely to see what I am doing here. I'm using my pin to secure this, and then I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine to top stitch and also close those area we left open. So guys, after I was done, this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to make my marks where I want my eyelet to be. So arrange your trouser properly like this, and I'm going to make my line, my dot, my mark, whatever you want to call it. So from here I went in by 1 inch from here, and then the rest of it I'm going to be taking 2 inches. Can you see what I'm doing? So you want to make sure that the same dot you have, the same number of dots you have at the upper part should be the same number of dots you have at the lower part, so that the eyelet will correspond well. Hope you understand. So go ahead and make all those dots like this, and then after I was done with this other leg, I'll go ahead and repeat the same process on the other leg. I'll just go ahead and arrange it properly, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other leg. On this other side, the first one I came in by 1 inch, yes, and the rest of them is 2 inches. So guys, I'm just going to take this to where I can fix my eyelet, and then I'll be done. So guys, after I was done fixing the eyelet, this is what I have. So I'm going to be using this joggers rope to connect the holes together. So bring your joggers rope like this and pull out the head like this. Pull out the head, and then you also do the same thing at the other side. You bring it and also pull out the head, so that you'll be able to pass this rope through these holes. Hope you understand. We'll be fixing it back later, because that's one of the beauty of the trouser. So this is it. We'll just keep this aside for now, and then we'll connect the rope. I'm connecting this rope from this crouch area so that it can fall on this side. Hope you understand. So just connect your rope, make sure everything is matching together, as though you are lacing your corset, as though you are lacing even your shoe. So just go ahead and connect it like this, and make sure everything is arranged properly. So I'll just go ahead and keep connecting this until I get to the last eyelet. So guys, after I was done connecting this, I am just going to bring the fancy knot we pulled out from the eyelet to connect it back. I'm just going to put it back. All right. So I'm just going to bring that. Can you see? This is beautiful, right? So just going to bring that like this, put it back. Yes. Then I'm going to tie the head so it doesn't fall off. Yep. This is it exactly. So I'm just going to do the same thing to this one. Put it in there and then tie it. Tie the head so it doesn't fall off. Yes. So this is it. And that is it basically. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other leg. And that is it. So go ahead and tie it properly to look fine. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Can you see how beautiful this is looking? So guys, thank you so much. If you've watched this video up to this point, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Can you see? Tell me if you'll be trying this. Let me know in the comment section. So guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye and see you in my next one.